Alright, so in this video I'm gonna show you guys how to make a line head. So far this is the old one I tore apart to grab the measurements off. This is the one I built recently. I'm gonna make another one. The only thing I don't like about this line is the back of it. It's not that perfect curve. So we're gonna take this one down. This is gonna be our model. It's kind of busted, but you get the idea. So with this line, it has a nice curve up here. See how it's kind of like it has a nice curve right here and then just goes up. This is from Emp line. A lot of the modern line nowadays that are made in Vietnam, at least from what I see, is that the forehead piece right here, it curves up more. The one I made, since a lot of the bamboo were very inconsistent, it's like this middle piece right here is really thin. The shape, I kind of lost the shape. Today's episode is starting from bamboo fresh. Now you can buy these right here, the aluminum base, at Home Depot or Lowe's. You can buy them in about 8 feet long, and you can just bend it around the frame you have. So this is the old frame that was sitting in my house for a while. We're going to be using this frame. Now for your bamboo, what you're going to be using are these bamboo slat fence. All right, you buy them for 70-80 bucks. They come pre-cut, but you're gonna have to trim it up. These are still pretty thick. A lot of the pieces are very inconsistent, so you just select the best looking one. Like for an example, this one is perfectly flat, straight for the most part, and you can just shave it down to the size you need. Just gonna cut this. Ideally you want it to be about roughly this thick, the width of it. Probably a little bit thinner. This is a little bit too thick, so I'm gonna have fun shaving and cutting these strips right here, and I'll be back. Okay, so after about an hour, I got all these strips cut out. They're pretty good, pretty consistent actually, more consistent than the one I built. Good thickness too. I think there's about 25 pieces right there. Okay, so now what you're gonna do is measure from this end, wrap it around the frame up to here, and then whatever measurements you have, divide that in half. So this frame already has some of the marking from the previous build. What I did instead, to make it more simple and not overcomplicated, I started using white marker. So I already did my measurement. So the white line, it's hard to see, but right there next to the black line, that white line is going to be our center mark from right here. So now from here, what you're going to do is measure from this little piece, right from here, measure up here down to this end. Whatever you get is divided by 2, and now you have your secondary center mark. Now for the back piece, this was our mark, the center mark. It's going to be every 2 inches is another mark, right? So you need a total of 9 pieces. Now that we have all 9 marks, the next mark is going to be from your farthest mark, which is this one. It's going to be 6 inches this way. Same thing on this side. The furthest mark, which is going to be this one right here, 6 inches going this way. Now from your last mark, you're going to measure 4 inches. That's one of my mark, 4 inches, and another 4 inches. All right, so that's your last mark. Same thing on the other side. Right here, from right here, 4 inches this way. Put a mark right there. From there, 4 inches. Put a mark right there. I'm going to be doing this marking. It's kind of hard to see, but you can see the white marking like right in between, right there. You see it? I believe it's going to be about 1 inch instead of 2 inches is 1 inch. The very last marking, it's going to be 1.25 inches up from the base. So here's the base, 1.25 inches up. You put one marking right there, 1.25 inches going up. You mark it right there. So now everything is all marked. What you're going to do now is build off your frame. I will try my best to at least show you guys the measurement I'm using for my line. So first one is going to be the middle one right here. We're gonna do this one. We're gonna do these 3 first. Okay, so this one right here, I measured at 47 inches, 45 inches, 45 inches, and this one's 48 and a half. Keep it straight. You can always adjust it later on. Now what you're gonna do is just from right here all the way up, measure the length, and then split it in half to get this middle piece. So it's been a couple hours. I actually haven't recorded because I just got into the workflow, but here's the update. As far as measurement goes, it was kind of a lot of our eyeballing. I really like this one compared to the one I built a few days ago. The one I built a few days ago, the only thing I didn't like was it didn't have the shape back here. Versus this one, you can see has a nicer curve. And the back of it, you see, so the back of it kind of pokes out a little bit, the roundness. I really like that. This other one, not so much. I mean, it still looks good. I still like this one, but I'm gonna build this one to my liking. As far as everything is pretty much straight. Yeah. Okay, so next all you're gonna do is start adding the pieces. I already marked them all. So you start off the base from here. That's 2 inch apart from each other. And then once you get up to this curve right here in the middle, right? So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. Once you get up to the 4th piece, you're gonna start going from 2 inch to 1 inch and 3/4. And then from 1 and 3/4 you go to about 1.5 inches right here. And from 1.5 inches you're gonna go 1 inch all the way down. You should have 9 pieces total. Okay, so now that I got 9 pieces fully supporting the frame, this is gonna be your base. It's pretty even. You're gonna have this one center support right here. And now what's next is gonna be the mouth. And I'm gonna do the mouth in the next episode. This episode is just going through. It's not really showing you how to make it exactly.